In this video, we are going to learn all about antonyms. Let's be a word detective again and take a closer look at the word antonym. It helps us to understand the etymology of a word when we divide it up into its different parts. I bet you remember from our lesson on synonyms that many words come to us from Greek or Latin words, as does this one. ANT or ant means the opposite. Opposite. When we look at the last part of the word, really the NYM or nym part of this word, that means name. Name. And when we put them together, we get antonym, or words that mean the opposite of one another. Words with opposite meaning. Let's take a look at some examples. Hot. What do you think the opposite of hot is? Oof, it was so cold out, I needed to wear some hat and mittens. I could also say chilly, freezing. All of those are antonyms for hot. Oh, let's look at this puppy. You can tell by his eyes he's very sad. Can you think of an antonym for sad? How about happy? That's right. An antonym for sad is happy. It almost looks like he's smiling here. Let's take a look at another. Oops, my drink is gone. That glass is definitely empty. Empty. What would a word be that's the opposite of empty? How did you do? Did you come up with one? How about full? Full is an antonym for empty. Okay, let's take a peek at another one. Dark. It is really dark out right now. What's an antonym for dark? Wow, yes, I would need my sunglasses if it looked like this outside right now, because it is really bright. Bright is an antonym for dark. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Dry. It is as dry as a desert out there. Look at the cracks in the ground. It doesn't look like they've had any water for a while. It's really dry. Okay, what would the opposite be, or antonym? Can you think of one? How about wet? Wet would be an antonym. Or soaked, damp, saturated. Let's take a look at another set of antonyms. The first one is loud. They had to cover their ears in this photo because that bullhorn was so loud. So what would the opposite of loud be? Can you think of an antonym for loud? How about quiet? That's right, quiet is an antonym for loud. All right, last example coming up. Light. This feather is very light. It probably only weighs 1 gram. It's light. I could carry a bunch of these because they're not very Can you think of it? Did you think of the antonym? Heavy. They're not very heavy. Heavy is an antonym for light. Oh, look at it. Right there on the anvil. It has a mark. It says 55 pounds. I would definitely not want to carry a bunch of those. It is very heavy. Okay. That is it for antonyms. Make sure you write some down in your language book. Okay, let's do a quick review of antonyms. Words that mean the opposite. Okay, here we go. Which one of these words would be an antonym for tall? Your choices are wide, funny, or short. Which one is an antonym for tall? Did you guess short? I bet you did. Okay, an antonym for tall is short. Can you think of an antonym for day? What would an antonym for day be? That's right, night. Night is the antonym for day. That concludes our lesson on antonyms. I hope that you enjoyed learning about them and that you took the time to write some down in your language book. You can write these ones or come up with some of your own.